Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank. I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. As usual, wearing clothes. Obviously, you can't see me because there's no point because we're talking about K-pop. We might as well look at the hot K-pop chick instead of me. Anyway, this was going viral. Ryujin's outfit for her solo performance of Runaway. Itzy's on tour right now, but they've been on tour for a little bit. And so I don't know why this is going viral now, but the problem with K-pop is sometimes it's just hard to have nice things because people want to ruin everything. And I feel comfortable playing this clip because it's a fan cam, so I don't think it'll get a copyright struck because once again we already know every time I've played an official clip, YouTube won't let me post a video. But anyway, apparently people were complaining about her outfit. Now, the outfit she's wearing, it's a typical pop star outfit. Very, very typical pop star outfit. If you look at the girls from Blackpink, especially Lisa and Jenny, they've worn clothes like this or, less clothes. But people are mad because and I can read some of the comments. Like I thought this is a real comment. I thought that this was forced. Um, Basically, it's boring to comment. Some people think she was forced to dress like this. Uh, some people are saying it doesn't look cool. It looks cheap. The no pants trend has officially gone too far. Anyway, there's people. I don't know. Is it virtue signaling? Um, I just don't understand how come anything a woman does, a K-pop idol, a female K-pop idol, everything they do, it's considered weird or bad or forced or I don't know how old Ryujin is. I think she's mid 20s. Pretty sure she's I think she's like 24, 25. So I know they have a stylist, but if she felt uncomfortable wearing this, I think by now, because he's been around, she could go, "Hey, I don't want to wear this." Okay, and so she's basically wearing, fishnet stockings, boots, and basically like a bikini bottom, or like a one piece swimsuit bottom, which is very common. Women wear less at the beach. Once again, I've named a couple of K-pop idols who wear less clothes all the time. I just don't know why Ryujin is getting crap for it online. And the thing you have to understand is Ryujin, she gets a lot of hate because if you go to other like social media like posts where Itzy's doing like a vlog or something, there's a lot of people that don't like Ryujin because she acts like a guy. She's actually the least feminine woman I've ever seen in my life. If you look at the way she acts, so like look at like Itzy's like other social media content or go to their YouTube channel. It's like there's a man in this inside of her. Like it's almost like she's like the soul of a man. She's just very, I don't know. She just doesn't act like a woman, and a lot of people complain about that. So I'm thinking this is why they're dressing her like this because she has a nice body and stuff, but they're making her the most feminine she can be, and so what do a lot of people think of with women? Like I know me, like when I think of a woman like at home, like because not everyone has had a girlfriend, but usually if you have a girlfriend and wife, they kind of like walk around in their underwear, and so like it's like if you're in the crowd and you're a guy, the first thing you're thinking, it's like subconsciously you're thinking of femininity, okay? And she's finally kind of growing her hair out. It's usually a shorter bob, but it just looks like they're trying to feminize her, okay? And then like, why is she the center? Because she's the center of it. See, because if she wasn't the center, you would never look at her, you know. And yeah, and I see nothing wrong with this outfit. I love this outfit. I wish she would dress like this more often and kind of like change her image. But like when you look at her, I'm sure you can see this. You have Yeji on the far left right here. She's everyone likes Yeji. There's a bunch of memes about her, whatever. Leah is probably the most feminine one. Ryujin in the middle looks like a dude. She just looks weird. But anyway, so if you put Yeji in the middle, it probably wouldn't look right. But you kind of have to make it like symmetrical because the height. But I'm just saying, if you put her in the middle, you're definitely not gonna look at Ryujin. If you put Leah in the middle, you're not gonna look at Ryujin. If you put Chaeryeong in the middle, you're not gonna. But you're not because remember when this group first started, people were calling her ugly. So you can't have her in the middle anyway. But people have warmed up to her, and she's hot. But if you had Yuna in the middle, you wouldn't look at anyone. Yuna is one of the sexiest chicks in K-pop, so you definitely cannot have her in the middle. You would never give any of these girls another look. Okay, like Yuna. Listen, all of them are good looking, but let's be honest. Yuna is the best looking. So like, she's like a 10. Okay, so if you put a 10 in the middle, you're never gonna look at anything else. Okay, Chaeryeong, because she was getting crap. You can't put her in the middle because she was considered ugly at the start. I don't know why. I've always found her attractive. Okay, so if you put Ryujin in the middle, you're gonna look at her, but your eyes are gonna wander all over the place, and that's kind of why Yuna is always at the far end and Yeji is always at the far end, because these two are kind of like favorites. Like Yeji's known for just being like really talented, so people are gonna look at her. She's a fan favorite, and just because Yuna's hot, so you put the two most polarizing members at the end to draw the eyes from the middle, and it just makes sense. But also, in a way, it kind of feminizes her because she gets so much hate, and usually in K-pop, people like the center, and so she's the one that needs the most, I guess, PR is Ryujin, for sure. Because like she does kind of stand out though for her lack of femininity though. So and once again, the whole point of a K-pop group is to make money. The label invests lots of money in into these groups. Okay, I don't know, and like I'm not trying to be weird, but a lot of times she just looks uncomfortable. Like this doesn't look natural for her. But like the other girls are like, hey, I'm a woman. I'm just posing. I'm standing. But she looks like she's like acting. So like it's just a marketing thing, I think. But I don't understand why people are are mad over this. It just doesn't make sense. And then like you have God, like how many male groups do like wear like tight clothes or have the shirts off and showing off their abs and their muscles, and like no one cares, but a girl does it. It's just weird, like in K-pop, where like the females are just judged on everything, and then if Ryujin was dressed like like if she was wearing pants and just more covered up, there'd be people complaining that like, oh god, she could never just be a woman, because that's the most common thing you'll read about her. So she can't win. But I hope she continues this trend because if you remember in their video "Not Shy," at the end where Ryujin was wearing the hair extensions, she had like really long hair. Yeah, she actually looked really attractive. She actually became just as good looking as Yuna. Like for some reason, like if she has long hair, she's like really pretty. But it is what it is. But I'm just sick of the fans. Because once again, like the worst thing about K-pop is the fans. Do you know how many people are enjoying seeing her like this? Like I love when chicks wear skimpy clothes like this. She's wearing fishnets. That's hot. She's wearing like underwear. That's hot. She's wearing a tank top. That's hot. Like that's your girlfriend when you're home alone. I don't know why people don't understand this concept. She's dressed like your girlfriend when you're home alone with her. No one gets that. Like, and so that's why when I read comments about people saying she was forced to do this, or it doesn't look sexy, it looks cheap. I'm like, these are people. These are in. I know this word gets used a lot, but these are either like feminists, like like the ugly fat feminists who can't get a man because they're ugly, and so because they can't get a man, they become feminists because they just hate men because they can't get the man they want. Or it's like anti fans, could be incels that want her but are mad that they can't get her because they're parasocial. But anyway, it's just a group of people who are negative. But the problem is they make the most noise in these K-pop fandoms, which is why the worst thing about K-pop is the fans. And then what happens is the media, K-pop news sites, whatever, run with these negative stories because negative stories get clicks, get views, and then that gets traffic driven to the website, so they get money. So it's all like self perpetuating, self fulfilling. It's like it's almost like a bullshit story because it's really fueled on traffic to news sites. But still, if we didn't have this vocal minority on the internet making these comments, it wouldn't happen because remember they've been on tour for a while. So she's been wearing this outfit for a while. I don't know why it's going viral now, but maybe it's a slow news day or a slow news week. But anyway, I hope this trend continues of her trying to you know lean more into the feminine, be more sexy. Because remember, she's in a group with Yuna. People love Yuna, and people love Cheryong now because she was smart and she's leaned into her. Let's just say Cheryong has some very sexy parts of her body, and she's leaned into showing them off, and that totally changed the way people see her. And so I haven't heard Cheryong be attacked for her looks for a couple years now. But, it's because she started leaning into, I'm just going to call them her waifu parts, okay? That's all I'm going to say. I don't want to make it too weird, but if you're a man of culture, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I've said enough. You guys have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.